On to you, Scorpios. You Scorpios have the Four of Ariel, the Queen of Ariel, and then you Scorpios have the Magician card. So, okay, so for you Scorpios, right, what can I say? Lots of money, lots of foundation, lots of the things that make you Scorpios mentally and emotionally relaxed. You're getting a lot of what it is that you Scorpios want, and less of what it is that you Scorpios don't want. You know what I mean? Um, the Magician, you feel very powerful right now, relaxed. Um, and you Scorpios, and the Magician is Scorpio too. The Magician, Tower, and Scorpio energy, right? So you definitely did show up in your reading, but this is about, this is my point. This is about you being very powerful disposition. You know, things are going the way that you Scorpios planned for everything to go. A lot of you Scorpios probably worked hard at a career, worked for years, worked hard at it. Now you Scorpios actually feel like you're in a very powerful disposition, and you feel good because of it. And so then next couple of cards is the Ace of Swords, excuse me, Ace of Michael and the Ace of Ariel. You Scorpios are willing to defend your disposition. You're going to put your disposition to good use. Where you are right now, you're going to put it to good use. You're not just going to allow the opportunity that you Scorpios have to just fall by the wayside. You Scorpios have plans on some of the things that you are going to do with this new profound level of financial security. You have some things that you want to do. Like I said, you feel great. You've been wanting to have this ever since you were little. You didn't. Now you grew up. You worked for it. You built it from the ground up for yourself. I mean, and you know, not only do you Scorpios have to have the sense of accomplishment, but the sense of accomplishment actually paying off in full, and then some. So I'm sure you Scorpios are more than fulfilled. And then you have the divine guidance. You know what to do. You always find yourself, you know, you're thankful. You always find yourself having that power of synchronicity, you know, in the right place, in the right time, being in the right disposition, in the right time. And you know, you Scorpios are glad that, you know, you were born who you are as Scorpios, because if it wasn't for all that dysfunction and problems that you've experienced when you were a young one, you wouldn't have to experience this pleasure and joy and happiness now when you're an adult. And that's usually how it plays itself out. That's why, if you ask me, little ones should usually go through difficulties when they're children, because what I realize is that it's usually a trade-off. When you experience a lot of difficulties when you're a child, it usually means that your adult life is going to be much better. But then when you go through a lot of good things as a child, just praise and good things, your adult life more than likely is going to be hard. It's going to be arduous, because there is a trade-off, right? It's the same thing that happens with Capricorns. That's why it is that they age in reverse. The older they get, the more financially successful they become, the more like a teenager they become, right? Where they actually try like doing like things and sports and stuff like this that they always wanted to when they were younger, but they ain't have an opportunity to. That's the scenario that they experience. And see, the situation with that is the divine guidance, and right, that's what you got going on. And then you have the 7th Michael and the World card. And only and the people that are only permitted to really get close to you are the people who've been here, right? Who remember you, who when you were young, you didn't have anything or much, and showed you love. Maybe these people are new, but people who never switched up on you and betrayed you and showed you why you shouldn't trust them because you can't count on them. So a lot of you Scorpios are now picking and choosing, like, okay, this person can be in your life, but they can't. Because for you, again, a lot of you Scorpios are looking at this thing like a golden opportunity, and it is because of how great your life is moving now. And you Scorpios are like, you're not going to be stupid and invite everybody into your life. No, you're going to show love, show support, show love, show all of that, and be very wise about the person or the people that you have in your life. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, then it is what it is, right? As far as like with how things turn out in the long run. But it also speaks to, yes, how things turn out in the long run, because it speaks to, even when it comes to the friendships, right? Or the people that you allow to be around you, even if they turn out to be turncoats, it is what it is, right? Like, you're not going to really be too affected by this. You're going to be affected, but you're not going to be too affected by it to where, you just can't move on anymore. No, you're still in a position of power, but you're just, a lot of you Scorpios are just moving very wisely. You just understand that one of the biggest downfalls of like people who come into financial freedom and power and prominence are their so-called friends. Freeloaders who are just around, don't bring value. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at Fetty Wap. I'm not even sure what zodiac sign Fetty Wap is, but let's take a look at Fetty Wap. All these people around you, and the dude spent 22 million, I think, in a month, and he lost his fortune. And then now he feels like he gotta sell what he sell. And that's what got himself in a messed up disposition, because he ain't in the spotlight that he was in back in 2012 or 2013, I think. And so, or 2014, one of those 3 years. But this is my point, right? He should have been wiser about who he has around him. And the World card right here, it just represents, like what Biggie said, more money, more problems, because a lot of people want money, but a lot of people gonna come to you like, how you doing, how your life been, hopefully you're doing well, all this, that, and the third. And you Scorpios are gonna have to be the one to kind of keep them off of you, as well as yourself stay grounded. This is why you got to change your life in the leap of faith. Whatever you got going on is legitimately changing you Scorpios' life. Again, financial freedom and all of that. And so now a lot of you Scorpios are thinking maybe it's a time for you to actually move your location. So this is part of the reason, this is probably part of the reason why you've been getting the 6 of Cups, because of how things are moving for you. And a person may see that about you, about how it is that you dressing and how you moving and all of that. And a lot of people are just really paying attention to how you moving. So let's clarify the let's clarify the leap of faith. So to clarify the leap of faith, you have the Hanged Man, King of Swords, 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and then you have the 2 of Wands to clarify the leap of faith, right? So yet again, the Hanged Man, King of Swords, 8 of Cups, this is about you Scorpios. Again, your life is changing, but again, you may look at it like it may be a time for you to change your environment and move now that things are actually financially in a position where you Scorpios are, you want to be, right? And more, you're gaining more so. And so the situation with you Scorpios is that you're thinking about it. You don't want to make it seem like you forget individuals and like now you done switched up or whatever, but you have changed. You know, even if it's for the better, you have changed. But you just don't want so many people up in your face, like asking you for so much stuff, right? And the thing is that the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords, and Two of Wands, that's the thing. You don't want people being like, hey, what's going on? You don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people all up in your face trying to like charge you for something. Oh, why don't you want me looking good for you type stuff. And it's like, because we not together in a relationship. What you talking about? Why you don't want me looking good for you? We ain't together. Who is you? So I'm just seeing, again, like a lot of freeloaders, a lot of people who just, you Scorpios are just thinking wisely about how like, you're not really going to tell a lot of people. You're going to be real quiet about it. You don't want people, all up in your business, and to never allow, the money change y'all, even though you are becoming more and more financially free. So let's clarify the change your life. The Temperance, Seven of Swords, Justice, Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles. To clarify, to change your life. So the Temperance, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice card, right? Again, still gonna speak to people regularly. You're not gonna start to be like, money driven, where it's like, you you start talking to people just any kind of way. No, you're still gonna talk to people like you have sense, like regular. You're not gonna change. And the thing is that the Justice is, they're not gonna even know what's going on. The Knight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, they're not even gonna know what's going on. Right? And you Scorpios wouldn't have it any other way, because you want them to talk wild to you if they are going to do so, or be respectful to you if they are going to do so. But you don't want money to influence what they've got going on, to where now like you have money and they see it, they talking to you nicely, because hopefully you'll buy them some stuff, right? You Scorpios don't want that to happen. Now let's clarify the World card. The Devil card, Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So again, right, to clarify the World card, the Devil card, right, World, the Devil, a lot of Capricorn influence, so a lot of money, power, prestige, right? And again, like the Devil card, being intelligent enough, you Scorpios being intelligent enough to not tell people that you now starting to come up on some money. And the Page of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and you know why. You don't want people begging and just begging, because you Scorpios will get upset at watching grown people get on their knees and beg, and you know what I'm saying? And the thing is that the Wheel of Fortune is about how, but you just have to move wisely, Because my whole plan was with the whole life insurance thing, my plan is that to get into it, and when I start making that kind of money, really go quiet. Like, I mean, really not say too much. That's still the plan, not say too much. When I come up on a large amount of financial riches. because nobody has to know. So a lot of you Scorpios, we're thinking alike, but truth be told, it's just common sense. Like, why tell everybody? But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm at 20,400. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Also, too, come through and get a personal reading from me. And sometimes you'll have to come back, check in, come back, right? And then so resubscribe to the YouTube channel, because sometimes YouTube unsubscribes people. I don't know why they do that. So sometimes you have to manually come back and check. It's not me doing it.